Here Saints defenseman Brandt Dubey. Saints opening the weekend in Des Moines on the road. And it's the playoff push here. March is here, and it's an exciting time. Brandt, just tell me what the vibe is right now in the room to get this playoff push going and get into some big games.
Yeah, I think it's all hands on deck now. It's kind of crunch time, so we're going to start rolling, and everyone's going to be a big part of this. So I'm excited, super excited to get going. Team,
you haven't played in a little bit here on the road. How can you start the weekend strong and keep this rolling?
Yeah, I think just start treating the rest of the games as just playoff games. Like, get into it early. All points are points that we need and we can use later on. So just treating it like playoffs now.
Yeah, the schedule doesn't get much easier as you go down the stretch here, but tell me how that can help you as when you get to the playoffs and be kind of as sharp as possible by then.
Yeah, like I said, it's just like it's playoff hockey now, and these are points that we need that separate us from 1 and 2 spots that it's pretty tight. So we can use these points and just treat it as playoff games now.
You had the experience last year in the North American Hockey League and coming in here. Tell me what the year has been like for you here at the USHL level.
Yeah, it's been awesome. I loved it. I think my years in the Null have helped me defensively and kind of take my game defensively and then add some offense to it and puck moving, and I think it's been great for me. So on the PK, I think it's helped me a lot too. So yeah, I got to keep it rolling.
The PK has been great, and an assist for you on the PK last week. That was big time for the
charity.
Rooney, for the Rooney, right? Tell me though, that was a shift where you took a little bit of a beating and made a play, and you get the reward for it. But this team on the penalty kill have been able to score a bunch of goals this year.
Absolutely, some dogs.
Tell me how that happens.
Yeah, I think it's just like dog mentality, like being animals. Like Dante's been unreal. A2, kind of all the Euros actually been really good for us. And then it's just like committing to blocking shots and keeping the puck out of your net. At the end of the day, it's a care, and you got to care enough to do it. So
yeah, I think you classify that pretty well. Taking the physical toll back there. Tell me about that part of your game and being able to not back down from a challenge and be a physical player.
Yeah, I think it's for me it's knowing when to use it. I think I'm good at pinning and not necessarily killing guys, but like using it as an advantage to get leverage on guys or go through hands and stuff like that. I think it's I'm not a guy that's gonna lay people out, but maybe get some kind of a little bump help me go a long ways. So.
Defensively for this team coming down the stretch, playoffs obviously a tighter game. What can you guys still improve on in these last few games here before the playoffs?
I think, just being connected. Like we worked on it today in practice, just like when one guy triggers, it's all hands on deck and you're going, and, that's when we can win pucks the most is when, we're all connected. And it's the same on the kill, 5-on-5. Like when you trigger hard and you go. If one guy goes, you get outmanned, and that's when you end up losing pucks.
Yeah, it seems like, the last month or two, the kind of self-inflicted wounds have lessened, and, you guys have been more together. How do you get to that point in the season?
Yeah, I think it's just like trial and error. Playoffs is a time where you got to kind of manage mistakes and, not have big blow-ups and stuff like that. And I think, we've learned how to do that, managing pucks at blues, managing pucks on the wall, everything like that, and just kind of keep chipping away and adding those pieces to our bag, I think will help.
Goaltending a big piece this time of year. Tell me about Chambray joining the team and Ned Wojtek, who's been here all year.
Yeah, they're both great. They're easy guys to be around, guys you want to block shots for, and they've been great for us so far, and I'm excited to see what they do in the playoffs.
All right. Well, thanks, Brandt.
Yeah.
Appreciate your time. That's Brandt Dubey, Saints opening the weekend in Des Moines.